Yes guys, welcome back to Switch Football, and yesterday we had the news of Romeo Lavia being out for a month, and I thought we should have a decent conversation about Lavia, and they said leave it out. I don't know why, but yeah, Romeo Lavia. First of all, I'd like to say about anything what I do in this video, it's not hit towards Lavia. It's personal opinion, and I rate him highly as a player. In fact, I see him as one of the best young players on this island. Not even on this island, but in the Premier League, in the midfield position, behind obviously Caicedo, Gravenberch, etc. I think he's, when fit, top 5 midfielders in the league when it comes to that holding midfield position. But his injuries though, man, is making it really hard for me to go, you know, you're going to be injury free. It's just a one-off injury. He's getting better. He's not. His body is broken, it's fragile. And the longer we don't get a Romeo Lavia replacement, I know I'm saying that, but the longer we don't do that, the longer we'll have midfield depth issues. Obviously when Esu goes back, that is another midfielder back in the curve. Maybe we go with the idea of trusting Reggie Walsh or Sam Raksaki, or Dyer. But I don't see a world where we can be trusting 16, 17, 18, 19 year olds in the big leagues, Premier League, Champions League. I don't see it. We shouldn't have to rely on players like Reggie Walsh to come off the bench, or no, to even start against Barca. It would absolutely be insane to think that. And that's the problem. Who else do we have? Well, there's also the idea of Reece James playing in midfield. Do I like that? I'm not against it. I've seen worse ideas from Maresca. And the idea about Reece James is going to go into midfield any single time needed is a real possibility, and I don't see a world where, actually I do see a world where Reece James becomes a full-time midfielder and we get another right back or trust to Jackson Pung and get another centre back. That's what I do see happening if Romeo Lavia can't be fit. Now here's your question: how long do we give Romeo Lavia? I'd give him the rest of the season, 100%. I don't think there'll be any buyers in January. Maybe someone would like to take a risk in the summer for Romeo Lavia. Maybe they see him as a possible Reece James, where Reece James just magically becomes fit. But did Reece James have 6 injuries per season? No. He had like 3 or 4. Right? And it wasn't that much of an outrage. But Romeo Lavia, we're not even halfway into the season yet, and I'm pretty sure he's had around 6 injuries already. Or he's been out for at least 4 or 5 months of the season. Now, if we were to replace Lavia with a signing, who would it be? Well, Adam Wharton is probably the closest thing you'll get to Romeo Lavia. Press resistant and very good with the ball. Adam Wharton is also, I wouldn't call him injury prone, but he can get injured a little bit easily. But at least he isn't out for most of the season, and at least actually plays more than 5 games per season due to injuries. And look, I don't give if I get called reactionary or whatever you want to call me. This is an honest, real conversation, because it's been 3 seasons, he's not played a full 90 for Chelsea. And I don't see a world where we keep relying on him. But I can see you relying on him and hoping that his injury form gets better, because he's just a real talent, like generational midfield talent, what we barely see nowadays. And I just don't see a world where he fixes his injuries this season, making sure we will see these games in the midfield, or we get another midfielder. Which I can't believe I'm saying, based on the depth and quality of what we have in midfield. We will at most need one more midfielder. I want to see goes back, maybe covers, but even then, Enzo Fernandez is injured. Caicedo is carrying a slight knock, yet I think he's fine enough to go to the Ecuadorian national team. Yeah, we need like 1 or 2 midfielders, because Enzo Maresca is forced to play Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez is forced to play because there's nobody else. But yes, there's Andre Santos. But come on man, that's 1 midfielder. We literally have 3 actual midfielders now, who are actually first team players. Reggie Walsh's academy, yet to be promoted, but it's getting minutes in the first team. That doesn't count. Reece James is having to start in midfield. I know Enzo Maresca has come out and said, well, George Champon can play there. Sick. Kukurea can. Sick. But we still need to rely on fullbacks to actually play in midfield. I don't mind if they're in there, I still think there's been no role well enough. But I shouldn't need to be relying on Reece James to be a midfielder for 5 months of the season. And if we get 1 more midfield injury long term, then we are going to see that, because who else do we have? And especially when the Sugo is only 19 or 20, we shouldn't be putting that much reliance on the 19 or 20-year-old. And the fans who say, well, we don't need rotation, you're literally wanting our players to die here. Like, not literally die, but you know what I mean. Their honest opinions at the end of this. Give Lavia till the end of the season. Maybe give him a season and a half. Till January 2027. At most. Because it's so frustrating, man, because I love Lavia. But his injuries are just not helping. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and I'll see you guys for the France preview, which I will be doing French previews now. But yeah, that's coming out later this week, the night before France play. And yeah, like, subscribe, turn the notifications, subscribe to Luke Talks Live, and see you guys in the next one, and peace!